All right. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started here in a minute. Let me move this over. Hey, there we are. All right. Hey, everyone. How are we doing this morning? Hopefully, you're doing good. Let me know. Hey, Scott, let me know where you guys are watching from. We always like to know where we are reaching. It's interesting to us. Appreciate it. Uh, Jason's got some good stuff for us. Folks start coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I think what's going to happen is once we have our radio station set up, our studio set up here, our podcast, our multimedia studio, is we will be going. We'll probably be recording our shows at noon. So this COVID update and the shows that we record are going to start blending into each other. So we'll be on at noon every day, and we'll be doing at least a minimum of an hour for the radio show. So we'll go a little bit longer, but you'll get to see us on at noon. So again, everyone set their notifications, set their subscriptions. That'd be great. I appreciate you guys coming. So I see again a lot of you guys jumping on here. Where are you coming in from? I'd love to know where you're watching from. It's kind of awesome. We're reaching some people. We talked to some people last night from Denver. All right, let's get going. This is our COVID market update. Let me do my disclaimer. This does not offer securities. We might be talking about crowd funds and syndications and loans and first position loans and second position loans and uh, joint tenancy. We've got a lot of this stuff going on. So many different opportunities to work with us. But that is not a solicitation. We're just going to be talking about this for demonstration and education purposes only. Most of you guys are watching us on YouTube, so please ring that bell. Make sure you subscribe and set your notifications. We appreciate it greatly. We also set our Patreon account up, so there's our Patreon link. It'd be awesome for you guys. You want to take a look at it. We've stopped doing education. So, we talked about, Jason and I used to do a lot of Saturday morning classes. And then we moved them online, and we still were doing very, very well, but it was eating up a lot of our time. So what we did was we just started recording it, and now we're using Patreon for you guys who want to Patreon our stuff. Right now I have over $120 worth of classes already online, and you can get in at the lowest level for us at $10 a month. So we love you in at 25 and support us so we can hire some people to do all the editing and get all the videoing and get the content up to a higher level. It's kind of what we're doing here. But if you like what we do and you want to start seeing some of our back catalog and some of our classes that maybe you haven't seen, as well as some other bonus content, it's going to be a great way for you to kind of get an inside look. So we have 3 levels. Knowledge Bombs, $10. The Insider, $15. Platinum, VIP, Premium, Patron, $25 a month. Most people are just going for the $25 a month. We thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. So again, you can go to Patreon, and I'll shoot you the link in a little bit here. We had a good meeting last night on our mastermind, and I just wanted to follow up today. For those of you that are interested, you're gonna text join to 281-401-9008. I always do the cost first. There's no big Pied Piper and fear of loss and all that other stuff that those gurus do. We tell you straight up, it's $10,000 for year 1, $7,500 for year 2, $5,000 for year 3, $2,500 for year 4, free thereafter. We want you to have about a $100,000 minimum income, 700 general FICO, and good access to capital ready to deploy. Okay. So unfortunately, we're really not in a position to help people who, have no money, who are struggling and trying. It's a very frustrating, and the percentage of success for those who don't have at least two of these three get down to single digits. So it's reality, and we're just kind of we're a reality based company here, and if you fit that criteria, you're going to do very, very well. Let me tell you how you're going to fit in, why you're a good fit. You want to be those that are actually doing it? We have no problem showing you the HUDs, our Schedule Cs, and all that stuff. You can come in my office right now staring at a board that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 construction projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 acquisitions going on, and 17 active rentals on the market right now. So we're doing it. And if you want to be with a group that actually does it, we'd love to have you. We build a plan. We sit down and work together to build a real 5 to 7 year plan. You're part of the Mr. Texas Real Estate community. Our community building is getting some finishing touches this week. I'm very excited. It's right here on Hollister. If you drove by right now, you'd see the signage going up on the building. Very exciting day for us. We're very protective of our group. We get lots of folks. Hey man, can I come in and talk to your mastermind students? I've got this software program. It's great. It's only $99 a month, and we're like, fuck off. Don't bring that here. Hey man, I do lease options and I do wraps, and I've got a great $1,500 training class. I'd love to talk to your mastermind students. No, thank you. Now, we're not bringing any of that stuff here. We're not like those other broke-ass REIA clubs. We're not doing that stuff. Our folks are focused and moving forward. Max members this year is 50. We've already taken 3 in this month. We want to pick up about 2 more, and then we'll be good for the month. When we make mistakes, we admit it, and we're able to pivot. We've talked to our group, hey, things are going on in the marketplace. We got to move. We didn't think this was going to happen, or we didn't think this was going to happen so soon, so let's start pivoting. There's no seniority or any of that stuff in our group. It doesn't, how I'm talking about, there's groups out there, well, you can't invest, you can't buy this one because you're not at the platinum tier. No, we're not doing that, right? Just today, just so you know, kind of get an understanding what the mastermind is. Just today, we put out a little text that said, hey, Mr. Texas Real Estate has got to focus on refis and refurbishments for the next 45 days, but Jason still wants to buy properties. Who wants to come and sit down next to him and buy some properties with him? And, 2 of our mastermind members jumped up and said, hey, I'm ready to buy a couple more properties. I'd love to come in and sit down with Jason and just start buying properties the way Jason buys them. That's the kind of stuff we do. And so if that's a good fit for you, you'll do very, very well here, and we'll get massively successful at it. Banner season, we love banner season. You guys haven't figured out banner season yet. Be able to stay in contact with private lenders is how we use it most. Again, we vetted it. Jason and I are both part owners in it. We're big, big supporters of it. If you want to learn more about banner season, just text banner to 281-401-9008. Texas Real Estate Center, well, signs going up. Building a better community. You guys already kind of know this. But there's some spacing available. There's 41 offices here. What's left is 8 singles, 1 double, 3 suites, and 1 anchor space. There's a 6,000 square foot space that we are negotiating. We should have someone wrap that up pretty soon. We have a 100-person learning center. We're building a cafe. There's a call center, 40 workstations, conference rooms, and our broadcast studio. We'd love to have you in the building and start taking advantage of all the things that we're working on and start growing out your business. Last thing for me, EXP tomorrow morning. Just jump right to it. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we're going to go over Club 45, talk about what your closings are going to look like, how you're going to get paid. The multiple streams of revenue is a huge one. Multiple streams of revenue. So if you're an agent or thinking about being an agent, I'd make some time for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock just text us at 281-401-9008 EXP. We'll send you the link, or just go onto any one of our 1,000 meetup groups and you'll see the link in there. All right, Jason, are you almost ready? All right, let me move Jason over here.
All right, here we go. Friday, usually not a whole lot of mortgage news Friday, but I think a lot of folks missed this when we did this presentation Wednesday. Let me see if I can pull it back up right here. Give me 2 seconds to find it. Here it is. Average sales price rose 10.2, and the median sales price rose 10.6 for what? Existing homes. That means if you bought a house in the last year, it's gone up 11%. I'm going to go back and do and once we kind of open back up from coronavirus, I'm going to do a year in review, and I'm going to look at the predictions I made in February and see where we ended up in this marketplace. I have a feeling they're actually going to be pretty darn close. I didn't think they would be after the coronavirus, but I think it was fairly accurate. Real estate is not going to get cheap anytime soon, especially existing properties. So if you guys are waiting for the crash, waiting for something else, I'm getting the crash bros. That's what we call them on Facebook. The crash bros are all over Facebook and social media right now. Tell me there's going to be this big crash. I keep asking them, where's the data? These prices are rising, and you know what's incredible? It's harder and harder to get a loan. I'm going to bring that up in a story here in a minute. But somebody explained to me how it's harder to get money and prices are still rising means we're going to have a crash. I just don't think they really understand the marketplace. A little update, Rob. This is a little update for Travel Club. How long will it take for the airline industry to recover? A long time. So this is their range of estimates, 24 to 25. I think it's going to be much longer than that. Just me personally, I think it's going to be a lot longer than that. I mean, look at Southwest. They're talking about 2025. It just won't recover anytime soon. There's all this research out there. I think this is probably the most important piece. It's going to take 6 to 12 months after herd immunity is achieved before reopening to most inbound non-resident passengers. So what does that mean? The day that we have a successful vaccine in the United States, add 6 months to that date, and that's when we'll finally get to some level of herd immunity. Then add another 6 to 12 months on top of that. My guess would be 12 months. And I think you will begin to see the glimmer of where it looks like air traffic will begin to recover. Let me make sure everybody understands this. Recover doesn't mean back to 2019. Recover just means not huge losses, like a lack of losses. It's not they're going to be making money and doing what they were doing in 2019. It just means it's a lack of losses. Like if you look at all the airlines right now and the airline industry as a total, so those that manufacture airplanes, service companies, actual charters, that sort of thing, they have fired or furloughed or paid huge packages to get rid of very expensive employees. People that have been there 15, 20, 25, 30 years. So that tells me that there's a lot of analysis out there that basically says the airline industry isn't going to be back for years. So if we're not looking at a vaccine until, let's call it Q1 2021, you're looking at an airline industry that may recover in 2024 to 2025, which is what these research firms are now saying. We'll start to see some small traffic recover by 2023, but you'll begin to see real recovery starting in about 2025. We've got 5 years. I think this is way too conservative or way too liberal. Global air travel won't be back to pre-COVID volume for several years. I think that's going to be 5. It's going to be somewhere between 3 and 5. So what does this mean? This is huge for Airbnbs. If you're an Airbnb, and you're near a large population center like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, or Austin, people are going to go to those places to vacation. I think if you're in the business traveler segment, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. A lot of this is business traveler. A lot of this is business traveling. Actually, this is great. 4 to 9 years, depending on the source. A lot of this is business travelers and vacation. International travel is going to be way down for a long time. I was joking with some friends over the last couple of weeks, like, I may just check airline travel for like some random weekend and just like go to Paris for a weekend with zero plans. Just like get on a plane to go. In fact, I don't know, Rob, can you fly into Paris right now? Let's take a look here. Oh, I know the flight time is 6-7 hours. Let's see. Oh, they are taking flights. And those aren't exactly super cheap, but Air Portugal. This is for November. We can start looking at flights, but I could totally see cheap flights from Houston to Paris. Let's look at this.
Well, they've reduced the amount of flights, right?
Right, they absolutely reduced the amount of flights.
I like you also.
Yeah, I'm getting there. We're in our new office, by the way, folks. We're starting to enjoy our new offices. But let's see here. September 11th through the 18th. So if we were to fly today. Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous. These are last-minute flights.
Try 30 days out. Put it on October 11th.
Sorry, guys. This laptop is painfully slow when I got all this stuff running. I need to just buy a new one. But you know, these laptops come from China, and I don't want them to have the Chinese virus on them.
China virus.
China virus on that on those MacBooks. All right, let's try October. Come on now. Uh-oh, we got the beach ball.
Thanks.
This is not looking good. All right. And then return the 18th.
Sure. What was my American Airlines talking
I don't know. You probably should buy more of it.
about?
Give me 1 second here, guys. It'll probably pop over in a minute. But air travel is not coming back for the next, I think, at least 5 years.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a mess. If anybody wants to go to Disney, I think now is going to be the time.
Yes, during the week.
During the week at Disney?
Not during, not on weekends. The locals come out on the weekends.
$1,300.
To Paris?
Oh, $552.
There you go. That's what we're looking at.
$1,247.
Even still, Air France, $1,247 round trip.
That's not bad.
Nice.
That's not bad.
That is excellent.
Well, look, long stop's only $1,247.
Yeah, nonstop. Yeah, nonstop. 1247. Love it.
Yeah, not bad. Not terrible. All right. So this is not coming back anytime soon, which is great for Airbnb.
Yes, that's a great point. Yes.
So this is where
I
things.
thought we were just planning trips. You were talking about.
Oh yeah, I was actually talking about Airbnb here. There was a point to that whole thing.
What's going on here?
Sorry, I'm trying to show you guys inflation numbers. So U.S. consumer prices accelerate in August. Used car and furniture prices spike as rent inflation slows. What's going on? I think this is people are not paying their rent. They're buying cars and furniture. I don't know if that correlation is really there, but I find it hilarious that rent growth is slowed. My guess is because people are not moving. And the coasts weigh so heavily on this data.
Yeah.
But you can see consumer prices are already back. So the idea that there's this big crash coming and consumers don't have any money to spend and the world is ending, that's all BS. Complete and utter BS.
Well, I mean, consumer prices were down during it, so the specials have gone away.
And there really was no special in autos, which is crazy.
No, well, the finance.
Yeah, a little bit on the financing,
yeah.
right? 0% financing and no payments till 2021.
Yeah.
But this is for used cars. I've had a bunch of friends of mine recently that bought used cars. So I'm like, maybe they were going to buy new cars. Instead, they bought used cars. Mortgage rates are almost at all-time lows. Again, the past couple of days, it's gotten really cheap to borrow money. So if you guys can borrow money at those rates, do it. In fact, U.S. mortgage rates fall to all-time lows this week. I bet you guys missed that. Everybody keeps telling me rates are going up, rates are going up. When, man? You tell me. You guys show me the data when rates are going up. You show me what data says rates are going up. It's just not going to happen.
So I need to be at a 2.10 or 2.12 to get a 15-year mortgage to basically equal the 28 years left on my 30-year mortgage.
Oh, that's funny.
So I could pay the same price and be out in 13 years less.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
2.1 something.
So here's where it gets interesting. What if I, on the beach house we bought last week, what if I just do a 15-year on that at 2.37? The mortgage is going to be nothing. The balance is what? It's 130 grand?
In your own name, but it's not going to be 2 points. That's for primary residence.
Right. It's going to be, what, a quarter point higher?
Yeah, maybe half point higher, 2.8. It's under 3.
Yeah. So call it.
Yeah, that would be sick.
3 1/4 on a 30 year. Let's do a mortgage calculator real quick.
Computer working again.
I know. I think we're all in on Ocean for 130, aren't we?
Yeah, that's a fair number. 140 maybe.
$556 a month.
What's on a 30?
Yeah, on a 30. So let's go to 15.
Jesus, you'll cover that. You're going to get $300 a night during the summer, man.
So we haven't told you guys the address, but this is going to be some.
We closed on it.
Yeah, we closed on it. This is going to be.
I went in there and snaked us.
I know, but this is going to be.
Western.
Yeah, look at that number, folks. Look at that number. 105 is what we paid for it. So this is going to be special content for our Patreons.
Yeah.
Our Patreon members. I'm going to do case studies. I'm going to show you guys what we bought it for, how we bought it, how we negotiate. Like, I'm going to show you guys all that. There's going to be another Patreon level at $48 a month where we'll be doing case studies and all kinds of stuff that you guys will get before us. So we bought this one. By the way, lot value is $95.
Yeah.
So we bought a house for $105,000.
Roll on. Look how close we are to the beach.
Yeah, that's the beach right there.
That's the restaurant, right?
Yeah, the restaurant and the bar is down the street.
You just stagger home.
Yeah, it's staggering. That is the seahorse.
That's the seahorse right there, man. That is sweet.
This is an efficiency. It's awesome.
It is. Good bones.
Good bones. Needs
a little love on the deck, but yeah, we'll fix it all up. Sweet. Yeah, Brian.
Dude, the sign looking good.
Yeah, I don't want to see it until they tell me it's done.
Hey, just FYI, we're live right now. No, you can talk all you want, man. Brian just walked in. We're showing him this deal. Yeah, so let me share with you guys this little thing.
Yeah.
I had this under contract.
That was us.
This was me, right? The exact same time last year.
Yeah.
125. They would not. We found a bunch of issues in it. They wouldn't move, wouldn't budge.
Yeah.
And I said, screw it, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I came back a year later. This property's appreciated a ton. I came back a year later and I said, what about 105? And they took it. Yeah. So sometimes you just got to wait. Just got to wait. That's the ocean right there. Let me show you how close by lot this is. This isn't the closest one we own to the ocean. I think Crane is technically the closest, but it's pretty darn close. I don't know why it's not showing the lots. But, yeah, that's let's pull up satellite. You guys will see it on satellite if my computer doesn't explode. This lot here sold for 95 grand. There are actually 2 lots here. So that lot there sold for 95 grand. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses from the beach. That's the actual beach. That's the Seahorse bar and grill right there. It's fantastic. I think they have the best salads. I always get salads. They're nice and cold. You're on the beach. Nothing says beach like a Caesar salad.
I don't like warm salads.
Oh, I don't either. It's awful. It's like eating vegetables, right? Like lukewarm, awful vegetables. Anyways.
Cow.
We're going to be all in on this thing for $130,000 and Airbnb it for $125 a night.
So during the off season, we'll just do it at $99 a night.
Okay.
And then come peak season, we'll be back up to $250 a night. For the next summer, it'll be $250 a night.
So taxes are about $2,400 a year.
Yeah.
Insurances, well, it's called $2,000. They got it right here. $2,000 a year. So add that on top of our mortgage. So we're at $1,300. It's probably another $300 a month. I'm not going to get flood insurance on this one if they don't require it. I'll get windstorm. I'll get windstorm and fire. that adds another. It's called $300.
We got to be at 60% to break even.
Yeah.
That's it, and we will.
Yeah, 60% during the winter on a 15-year mortgage.
Yeah, then come summertime, we'll be making $7,000.
Yeah. So we'll have a different level for our patrons on Patreon.
Start breaking all that stuff down.
Yeah, we'll start showing you guys all this cool stuff.
Yeah, but we'll do it for everyone the first time.
This is very interesting.
Oh,
let me tell you what's interesting about Open Door. I had a former business partner that said, how are they going to make money? These guys will never survive. They're going to get crushed. I said, no. They will get merged. They will get bought. There's so much money in single-family real estate. These guys will eventually blow up huge. And I will tell you this. They started in 2013, the same year I started my house buying company. And I can tell you right now, my company when I sold it was not worth $5 billion. In fact, not even within spitting distance of $5 billion. So evidently these guys are doing something right. But once these guys get sold, if that's the public valuation or or there's a merger, you're going to see more of these companies start to pop up. There is going to be a rush to creating these prop tech companies that are investing in single-family real estate.
Yeah.
I still contend to this day that Rob and I will get bought out, or actually me, Rob, and Brian will probably get bought out before we get to $1 billion. I think what will happen is somebody's going to come over here. They're going to look. We're going to have a couple of these Texas real estate centers around the state, and they're going to walk in and say, "All right, you bunch of goofballs. If you actually knew what you're doing, you'd be making even more money. So we're going to buy you out, and you're going to help us run this thing for the next 3-4 years, and then you're going to get out of the way so we can make $10-15 billion." Because the problem with a lot of these companies is they don't know the boots on the ground, the real tactical, how to buy houses right, and how to rehab them. They just don't. They're not as good as guys like us. But they've got a massive amount of money, really cheap money. It hasn't been this hard to get a mortgage in 6 years. So again, all my crash bros out there, everyone's saying, "Oh my gosh, it's going to crash. Everything's going to be a crash, a huge real estate crash." I'm like, no, man. People that are getting mortgages are the best borrowers that we've had. The credit quality of the current borrowers so much higher than it was in 07 and 08 leading up to the crash. So there's just not going to be this huge crash that everybody keeps predicting. There's no data out there. Keep asking people. They're like, what about the forbearance data? I'm like, yeah, but there's not enough houses in forbearance to cause a problem. They all have massive amount of equity, and there's a huge pool of buyers right behind them. So I'm like, let them all go to foreclosure. Who cares? Like, it's not that many houses. In fact, and again, I'm talking about Texas.
Right?
I mean, what do you think would happen if we had 10,000 foreclosures that hit the market at once? They'd be gone in like 10 minutes. Like, I'm just not buying it. I absolutely just not buying it. So that's all I got for today. Again, guys, we're about to experience some massive rent increases. That's going to attract.
We've already started sharing some of that data with the mastermind folks. We've got a mastermind meeting tomorrow morning. One of the messages is, do not accept.
Oh, do not renew your leases automatically.
Do not accept it.
You have got to sit down and look at y'all's leases because we're seeing some numbers that are jumping up big time. Bigly. So, that's all I got, boys. You got anything else? No? EXP tomorrow?
EXP tomorrow at 10 o'clock, mastermind at 9. And the rest of the morning, I'll come back here and come here this afternoon. Oh, yep. Got an 8 o'clock meeting tomorrow for some ground up.
Oh, ground up meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm meeting a guy. He's like, hey, I got a framing crew. They're just finishing up. We're ready to go in about mid-October. Good. So we're going to start moving with that, and we got some mastermind folks who are interested in doing that as well. So you got our links, Patreon, 281-401-900. Oh, drive along. Are we packed? Are we ready to go? We got 3. You'll take one more?
How many can we take, Brian?
5.
How many can fit in your truck?
I can fit 3 in my truck.
I can fit 3 in mine.
So 6. And how many COVID patients do you want in your truck?
I'm taking 1.
Okay, so we got room for 7.
Taking 1.
Rob's, and they're sitting in the back in a dog cage, right?
There's a little dog cage in the back of the Jeep.
So,
you need a blanket?
Yeah, we got 7 people. You get to go in the hypochondriac mobile. That'd be Rob's Jeep.
Right, yes.
Brian and I don't care. So
I'll put a big snowflake right on the side of my door.
there you go, big snowflake.
But here's the deal. It's for investors who have not invested or lent to us. Not for someone who just wants to learn stuff, right? This is us talking about, hey, let's start in that relationship and let's see what capital you have to deploy.
Yeah, this is for people ready.
We have an intake form we're going to ask you to fill out before you come on.
Now, for folks that are already in our mastermind, already invested, you guys can go down and look at this stuff whenever you want.
You know our addresses. You have the lockbox.
Yeah, you got what? In fact, if you guys open up the Google Doc, it's all the lockbox code's right there. You can go down anytime you want, as long as it's vacant. So, for those of you guys that are already in our group, they're like, a whole bunch of them are like, hey, I want to go. I'm like, dude, you're invested in the fund. You can go whatever the hell you want, man. Or you're invested in that syndication. You go, heck, if you want, put on a tool belt and get to work. Like you are welcome to go anytime. You're an owner just like us. So, you go anytime you want. But this is for people who are not invested with us. So you guys, send us a text, 281.
281-401-9008, right along.
Yeah, text right along, 281-401-9008. And we would love, do not call. That's a text-only number. Rob does not pick up that phone. I can tell you right now, if you want to call him, he's not going to talk to you. He's just going to immediately go to voicemail that we don't ever check. So send us a text, 281-401-9008. Text us right along. So let me see if there's any questions here. Chat is ready to display. Okay, cool. All right, good afternoon, guys. Have a good weekend. We will see y'all next week.